you all from Bouncy. Today we are going to think creatively and identify ways to survive in a deserted island. One stormy day, a ship is getting tossed around in the waves of the ocean. In the darkness, no one notices that two people have fallen overboard. It is a young man named Ted and his little brother Jake. Luckily, they managed to swim across to a nearby island and drag themselves on to the shore. Ted and Jake know they will be rescued sooner or later. But until then, they have to survive on this island. What do you think is the first thing they need for this? Yes, food and water. Jake is worried that they will never find food or water in the island. Ted is more optimistic. He is ready to look around. Do you see anything that Ted and Jake could eat and drink? Excellent! The boys can survive on coconuts and bananas. They can even drink coconut water if they get thirsty. Food need not always mean items that are cooked. We can eat raw food too at times. Ted and Jake explore the island and find fresh water. They are delighted. They need something to collect and store the water. Jake suggests buckets to collect water. Ted knows buckets are not available on an island. Do you see anything that could help them instead? They can use empty coconut shells to store water. There is more good news. There is an apple orchard on the other side of the river. Fresh, juicy apples just for them. But wait, how will they get to the other side of the river? It looks too deep and dangerous to swim across. What can they use to cross the river? Ted and Jake can build a raft with tree branches and tie them together using vines. Isn't that clever? Oh, looks like there might be wild animals on the island. It will be dark soon and they might attack. How will they keep the animals away in the night? Ted and Jake decide to build a fire to keep the animals away. But how will they do it? They don't have any matchsticks. The boys are striking stones together to produce a spark to set the dry leaves and twigs on fire. Do you think there are other ways they can try to produce a fire? The fire is ready, but it looks like Ted and Jake are still cold. They need warm clothing. What can they use to make clothes for themselves? The boys can use the big leaves from the trees to cover themselves. They can also stitch leaves together using a sharp stick as a needle and the tree vine as a thread. Ted and Jake have found a vegetable plant, the potato. They are thrilled. But the potato is too hard to eat as it is raw. What can they do with it to make it more edible? Ted and Jake can roast the potato over the fire to cook it. Yummy! It has been many days on the island for Ted and Jake now. Will they ever be rescued? Look, a passing ship! But it is too far away to see the shipwrecked boys. How can Ted and Jake get the attention of people on the ship? Now, isn't that clever? Ted and Jake are sending smoke signals. The people on the ship can see the smoke and flames from a distance. They are heading this way. Finally, Ted and Jake have been rescued and are on their way home. What an adventure! Today, we have all the facilities we could dream of. But imagine what it would be like if there was no electricity. What would you do to see in the dark, stay cool in the heat, and stay warm during winters? Visualize a world without electricity and make a list of things we can and cannot do in that world. So you see, sometimes we are in a situation that requires us to improvise. In such cases, we should analyze available resources and create smart solutions.